My name's Virgo. I'm a musician from Brock, Ontario, Canada, just north of Toronto. My record, Left in the Dark, is coming out in March of 2025.
Well, you're singing at the stars, not waiting for the sun.
The record's a bit of a grief journey, storytelling through song.
When you woke me up, I thought I
have a lot
might
of
be dreaming.
grief to share. I used to do a lot of cycling. I used to do a lot of adventure sport. And 3 years ago, I was hit by a car.
When I've had enough,
I was riding my bike. It was early in the morning, and somebody hit me from behind, and they just left. I don't remember what happened. I woke up and I was down in a deep ditch at the side of the road, and I was clawing at the ground. I was in a pool of my own blood, and I was trying to get myself up to the road and see if maybe somebody could see me, maybe passing by. The driver had left me there, and I had no idea what happened to me. I was taken to a trauma center in Toronto, and I was treated there. While I was there, my younger brother was sending me these audio clips of him playing his guitar, and I'd listen to them every day, and I'd just kind of close my eyes and do some visualization and just imagine that he was sitting in the chair beside my hospital bed, just playing some guitar for me there.
This wind picks up without warning, and it'll stop these birds and all their song. And I'm standing still while these metal.
I used to play a little bit of guitar when I was younger, and so I could still play a little bit. I knew a few chords. I could probably strum a few campfire songs. But I did think to myself while I was in the hospital, I thought, if I can, when I get out of here, I'm gonna learn how to play again.
Just say it's a rest.
Music started to become this really powerful force in my recovery, and I feel like I latched onto that right away. I wasn't listening to music, I was trying to play some music, and it was pretty painful at first, just trying to hold the guitar and reach around it. I couldn't do it for more than a few minutes at a time. After a little while, I started writing some of my own songs, and it turns out that was a kind of another layer in the music therapy journey, was kind of adding my own creative expression to music, and it was so cathartic that I didn't want to stop.
Maybe even less that I gotta prove.
About a year after I was hit, I sat down at the piano for the first time. I didn't know anything about the piano, but I wanted to learn how to play the piano, and at first I could only sit at the piano bench for about 5 minutes, and then after about 5 minutes of sitting at the piano bench, my back would be on fire. But eventually that 5 minutes at the piano turned to 10 minutes, and that turned to 15 minutes, and not only was I starting to learn how to play the piano, but I was actually noticing that my back was getting a little better. I could tolerate these sitting positions for a little bit longer. I started working piano into some of the songs that I wrote, and started to play them. Eventually somebody told me, maybe you should play these songs for other people.
Dark, anything that I can see.
It's hard to argue with someone who says, if you're telling us that this is a very therapeutic thing for you, there's probably nothing more therapeutic than making yourself vulnerable in front of an audience and sharing some of the creations that you have. I started playing some of my music live about a year and a half ago now. And I started recording some of it as well. I learned about mixing and So far I've done all this at home. I've finished mixing this record and I'm really excited for it. It is kind of a storytelling grief journey. It does kind of start out with songs that are surrounding the themes that you would associate with some early grief, denial and shock and frustration and anger. But eventually the theme of the music starts to shift toward new relationships and new beginnings and new strengths and recognizing new patterns and some of the therapeutic things that can come from creative expression and kind of moving forward. I called the record Left in the Dark because that's how this all started. I was left by somebody in the dark. It was the pre-dawn light that morning when I was struck, and it was the most terrifying moment of my life. But I just wanted to emphasize how something beautiful can maybe come from something that starts out pretty tough and pretty difficult. Left in the Dark is out on March 26th, 2025. That marks the 3-year anniversary from the day that I was struck. I hope you like it.